everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. Today I will be doing my spoiler-free review for Venom. This is the movie that isn't part of the MCU. Hopefully one day it is, because I really enjoyed this movie. So just to sum it up very quickly, it's the journey of Eddie Brock. This is a reporter in San Francisco. He has a lot of good things going on in his life until he starts to go into a downward spiral after he starts looking into a business that doesn't want him to look into it very closely because they are doing some very sketchy things. The next thing you know, he loses his job. But then what happens is this symbiote, which is from outer space, crashes down to the planet and it infuses with Eddie Brock as its host. And well, there are some good things that come from it, but by the end of the movie, we have Eddie Brock's character really coming to appreciate Venom as this thing that he has to live with because it actually helps him in life. So getting into things that I liked about this movie is, first off, Eddie Brock. He's a very likable character. I like how we see him at the high point of his life and about how he keeps going downward in a spiral. And it just seems like it's more of a realistic story about taking a closer lens at what this person is doing, where they start and where they end up. And there's lots of trials and tribulations in between that. I really did like Tom Hardy's performance in this a lot. There is tons of moments where he actually has Venom, which is another personality inside of him. It's trying to talk to him, right, through his head, while he's also having a conversation with somebody in the real world. So there's lots of confusion going on, and he plays off it so well, and I feel like the reactions that Tom Hardy uses around Venom is something that all of us could kind of relate to, like this crazy alien being just all of a sudden becoming part of you and you have to live with it. So I really enjoyed the acting from Tom Hardy. The action in this movie is pretty freaking awesome. If you've seen the trailer, it's an awesome motorcycle chase, and just the way they are able to dynamically use Venom in this live action movie is just very, very enticing for sure. Very, very violent, and that leads me into the tone. I really enjoyed the tone. I was a little bit cautious when they announced that this is going to be PG-13 because it looked like in the trailers, the early trailers, they are building it up to be more of a almost rated R, more mature version of this character, which we know in the comics, Venom is basically an anti-hero. He's going around killing people mercilessly, pretty much. So I did like how they used the tone to be very dark at times, but they use moments of levity that, you know, by using humor, they're able to lighten it up a little bit, just enough to make it PG-13. Yeah, there are some F-bombs dropped in this, not many, and there are many moments where something very gruesome happens. So I like how it is PG-13 because now maybe it can fit into the MCU, which also has PG-13 movies. So hopefully that is what they are pivoting towards. As much as I enjoyed those parts of the movie, there are different parts that I did not like. First off, I thought that the third act kind of fell apart a little bit. It seemed like they had to speed things up all of a sudden and didn't give things enough thought to really get some of these characters to really have greater motivations for what they were doing. I also didn't think the villain was all that strong. He was just, for the sake of science, he was trying to manipulate this Venom strain, and it just didn't seem like he had that great of motives for really doing it. And finally, one thing that was disappointing me throughout the movie is just the look of Venom. I think they could have done a little bit better of a job in 2018. This looked like something from the early 2000s at some points, which is very frustrating, very disappointing because I really enjoyed the story a lot. I really enjoyed the interactions and just about all the major facets of this film I really enjoyed, but sometimes I was watching a movie thinking, oh, I wish they could have taken, another year or another 6 months at least to polish the animation a little bit better. So with that being said, I'm going to give Venom a score of a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I haven't really ever followed the Venom comics very closely, but after watching this movie, it's definitely piqued my interest. I hope we get a sequel. I know it did very well its opening box office weekend, so that's always a good indicator. And there is a post-credit scene, so make sure you stick around for that because you're going to want to see that one. So that is going to do it for my review of Venom, but I want to hear what you guys thought of the movie. Let me know in that comment section below. Do you want a sequel? So if you're new to the channel, I have plenty of other content that I upload on a weekly basis, so you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed because I have videos such as my time in New York Comic-Con coming out, as well as tons of Star Wars content. If you're into that, please make sure you support the channel by subscribing. My name is Starrapter. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.